I'm not exactly sure how good the audio is going to be currently, but I am on my way to trade my JCM 900 amp for something pretty special, something I really couldn't pass up. I didn't really even have the time to pick up my camera and everything like that, because I just got back from college 2 nights ago, so I'm still kind of getting packed up and everything like that. So I just took my phone, packed up the amp, and I'm on my way. Alrighty, so just made the trade. Obviously I didn't film it because I don't know the guy. I don't really want to invade his privacy like that, but give you a little sneak peek right there. Not sure how much you could see, but it's a nice trade. I'll tell you guys that. I am now back home, and it's actually several days since that last clip. But here we are back. I decided to take a couple days to kind of enjoy the new gear I got, and that way it wasn't completely biased towards me just having new gear. It's now like a more of an objective opinion. So what did I trade my Marshall JCM 900 for? And I'll tell you guys, it's honestly something I couldn't pass up, and I'm super happy with it. So what I have here is a 100 watt amp from Jet City. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I don't know a whole bunch about it, but from what I've heard, it's basically this amp that's kind of replicated after a Soldano. I think it's actually built from Soldano. It's kind of like their Epiphone as opposed to Gibson. Like, they're made in China, made with a little bit cheaper parts. But apparently they stopped making these things because you could basically turn them into a Soldano, which is about a $4,000 amp. And apparently you could do this modification with just a few cheap upgrades. And apparently this amp has been modified to have those upgrades. And again, I'd be lying if I told you exactly what it was. I don't know, but it sounds good, and that's all I really care about. Apparently the white version of this amp, the one I have here, is also pretty rare. Again, I don't know, I actually didn't do much research for this trade, which generally is a pretty awful idea, but honestly, I've had my Marshall JCM 900 for a long time. It's a great amp. I just really wanted something different, and honestly, like, it was so long ago. I've had that amp for that 2 years, like, that's, and for me at least, enough time to where I don't really care about the money aspect of it, so it's like, yeah, if I take a loss on the value of the amp, I don't really care that much, but honestly I feel like I came out ahead in this trade. But anyways, apparently the white version of this amp is pretty rare, but this wasn't the only thing I traded the Marshall for. This is pretty exciting, and this is something I'm actually really excited to own. Right here, we got a Les Paul. Les Paul, of course, is my favorite guitar model, but it's the Slash Signature from Epiphone. This is the one made by the custom shop. I don't know if they ever made the Slash models not in the custom shop, but this is really cool. The first thing I actually noticed about this guitar is how different the gold top is from the Gibson gold. From far away, it's hard to tell. Whenever you put them next to each other, it's a very different tone. This is obviously the Gibson, this is the Epiphone. This is much more of a yellowish gold, while this is kind of almost like a reddish gold. It's beautiful. Both of them are beautiful in their own way. This tends to be a little bit more sparkly than the Gibson. Both are awesome. It just kind of depends on your preference and which gold you like better. Honestly, I kind of lean towards the Gibson gold, but both are beautiful in their own way. Now, from what I've been told, this is apparently the first Slash Signature model, meaning it came with the first version of his, I believe they're DiMarzio pickups. I think they're called the Slash Bookers, and when I plug this in to the Soldano, it sounds fantastic. I really, really like these pickups, and honestly, my Gibson Les Paul Custom has the T-tops. Personally, I think these might sound a little bit better. I'll probably end up making a comparison video, maybe on all the humbucker instruments I have, or something like that. Not exactly sure what video I'd do, but I'll probably compare them, not in this video, but in another video, but I'm going to plug this thing in and let you guys know how it sounds. But before I plug it in and show you guys what it sounds like, I want to let you guys know, don't do what I did. Don't go into a trade without knowing anything about the gear you're receiving. I really didn't bother asking for any more pictures or anything like that. I kind of went into it blind, and honestly, it would have been the perfect opportunity for someone to scam me or give me a broken instrument or whatnot. I was lucky, and I'm not going to lie. I've kind of been gypped and scammed in the past with, you know, something with a broken knob, just broken or more damage on the guitar that was was shown to me. I didn't realize until I got home, whatnot. So it's really important to make sure you have full proof the guitar is exactly what you are receiving. And again, don't be like me. I'm an idiot. Thankfully, I did get lucky though, and both of these pieces of equipment are in great shape, exactly what he said they were. I will be filming videos on both of these pieces of equipment, both the amp and the guitar separately. So this is just kind of a little bit of a demo, kind of demonstrating why I traded my Marshall JCM 900. So stay tuned for the video on each of these pieces of equipment. And honestly, my final thoughts are, I really couldn't be happier with this trade. I really couldn't pass it up. And as soon as it was offered to me, I needed some change. I loved that Marshall amp, and I had it for a decent amount of time. It was actually when I got my first job. That was the big purchase I bought at the end of the summer. You know, I worked at a horse race track, and I saved up, you know, all my money that I earned, and that was the amp I bought. So I wouldn't be lying if I said it was a little sad to see it go, but it was time for change, and I'm very happy with the equipment that I did receive. So, what do you think of how the amp sounds and how the guitar sounds? Personally, I think the combination between these two pieces of equipment sound fantastic. But let me know what you guys think about how it sounds in the comments below. If you guys liked this video, feel free to click like, and if you loved it and you want to see more content from me, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.